Talk about that because I had to save the oil companies. They were all going to go bust. I said, this is the first time I've ever said we got to get it up a little bit. I actually called Russia and the King of Saudi Arabia. We had a three-way call, and we cut back on the oil because it was so incredible, helped fill up the strategic national reserves, and he's now taken all of that to reduce gasoline prices for cars just prior to the election, very artificially. And he's reduced it down to the lowest level that it's been in, I think, 60 years.
Do you guys get what he just did there? In mid-set, he said, the gas companies are losing money. We have to get it up. We have to raise the price of gasoline. So I called up my buddies, the heads of Russia and Saudi Arabia, and we cut back the gas to raise the strategic reserve. Did you hear about Biden and the strategic? First, that doesn't even make sense as a non sequitur, because raising the cost of gas does not make it easier to pump up the strategic reserve. He said he called the leaders of two autocratic countries to make gas more expensive, and realized mid-sentence, oh, people pay for gas. They're not gonna like that. Let me just talk about Biden and the fact that he made gas less expensive, which now you're supposed to hate. Even though I'm showing that I understand that you hate gas prices going up, I'm gonna make you hate the guy that lowered them.
Again, he doesn't know who he's supposed to be talking. He doesn't, and this is, look, this is why people like Trump, and this is why Trump is actually entertaining, because he doesn't have an inside voice. His inside voice is his outside voice. People are like, we know what's in his heart. Yeah, because he just blabs it. Like, it's like everything that enters his mind comes out his mouth. That's it. He cannot modulate. But I also love that was there a little bit of admission that he strategically had gas prices raised before the election? Like, that seemed also like and so before the election, I made sure that they were not pumping out as much gas, so it would look better for me.
I don't know if he said the timeline. When he referenced the election there, he was saying that it's unacceptable for Biden to release gas because there was an election 6 months later or something.
Got it.
Also, gas prices had massively spiked. That's the context he leaves out of it.
Oh, yeah, incredible.
It's just incredible how much he admits there. But anyway, I don't want.
What if Biden had done that? Can you imagine if Biden just admitted to that?
Can you imagine if Biden did literally one of 1,000 things that Trump has done?
Can you imagine if Biden did any? But this is the other thing. Sadly, then Biden's going to Saudi Arabia, begging them to please produce, or to produce more oil, basically, because we need it after the Russia-Ukraine war, and they're like, nah, no thanks.
It is just amazing how that video would kill most politicians.
Yes.
Back in 2016, he multiple times said on the debate stage, wages are too high. And the other contenders couldn't make anything of that. Well, because they also want wages to be lower. But poor conservatives yeah, wages are too high. I should be paid less. It makes no sense to me. But as I was gonna say, I don't want you to think that in 90 minutes he only focused on policy. He also passed on his life wisdom. For instance, in this clip, he warns people to not make the same mistake as he did when he did a late night KFC run.
All of a sudden you see that big fat dump, that big dump at 3:02 or whatever it was in the morning. It's a disgrace what happened.
That one's just for me. Anyway, it's a ridiculous speech. It's a ridiculous man. There, he's lying about Pennsylvania being stolen because the votes from densely populated urban centers in Pennsylvania were tallied later than small rural areas. And so for some reason that means they don't count. We're not gonna relitigate all the big lie stuff or whatever, but it's just ridiculous.
I forgot that he's got so many catchphrases, but that was one of his dumps, right? The big dumps.
Big fat dumps.
Big steamy
Their
dumps.
votes, they were cast at the exact same time as the rural areas, you big dumb dummy. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.